Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Grizzly Digital Network as we're joined now by our Grizzly of the Day and Mr. Gene Figueroa. Gene, what's it feel like? Emotional contest today? Pick up 2 wins.
Yeah, it was a little emotional. You know, they didn't expect to lose like that. But it was great for us. Like, everybody was excited. Like, we came back and let's go. We're in the winning record now. Let's go.
Absolutely. Grizzlies snapped their 3-game losing streak. That one's way behind us here after the Grizzlies put together 25 runs in 2 games. Let's talk about the first game here where Georgia Gwinnett wins by a final score of 12-0. A couple of highlights that I want to point out here is the Grizzlies' big win. Talk about Miles Smith's performance out there on the mound as a freshman getting it done here in a midweek contest.
He was great. He did what he's supposed to do, and that's what we needed, and that's how we won it.
And so Grizzlies explode for an offense later on in the contest. They move. They score a lot of runs late, 10 runs in total between the 5th and the 6th inning. 12 runs go in, and you got to think their starter, Kyle Chavez, who we knew a scouting report going into. We knew he was their number 1. We knew there was a guy. You beat him, and you got to think going into game 2, we're looking pretty good, right?
Yeah, for sure. He was competitive. He tried his best. We're better than him, and we did great.
Bench contributed to 2 as well. Lots of Grizzlies came off the bench, developed some hits. Again, 12 runs on 16 hits for the Grizzlies. Michael Royal came in the first game and closed out the door in the 6th and the 7th. The Grizzlies had just enough defense in game number 1 to win the ball game. And then we get started in game number 2. And Talladega comes out and jumps all over us 6-0. What was going through your mind?
I mean, I didn't know what was going on. I mean, they just came ready to swing, and they put the runs, and I know we were a little like, wow, like what's going on, but we knew we were going to win it. We knew that we were going to come back, and that's what we did.
It's hard to imagine that this Talladega team with 24 wins on the season, with wins versus Tennessee Wesley and Faulkner, isn't even receiving 1 vote in the coaches poll. Is that one of the best teams we played this season?
They're pretty good. I think they're pretty good. They're competitive. They can swing it. So I don't know why, but I think they're pretty good.
And so the Grizzlies bounce back. They score 5 runs. They get within 1 run here. And then we give up some more runs. And talk to me about the back and forth of how crazy this second game was, about the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs. How do you guys stay even keel?
I mean, they just put a lot of pressure on us, and we just, I don't know, we had a couple mistakes. We got a couple of stuff, but, like, we believed that we were going to win. So, like, it didn't matter what was going on. It didn't matter that how many runs they put on the board. Like, we knew that we were going to come back. We knew that we were going to do it, and we did it.
Probably no home run bigger on the season other than Kyler Timmerman's 3-run shot that tied the ball game up at 10-10. And then the chaos ensues. Talladega scores 2 runs off a couple of Grizzly mistakes in the 9th inning. Michael Royal comes in, slams the door on them to keep the game close. And then in the bottom of the 9th, things get crazy for GGC. We start things off in the ball game with an error as Jean-Paul Rodriguez reaches on base. Sellers ends up coming in for second. Austin Alexander delivers an RBI single. Cade Kerrigan has a great at-bat, moves the runner over to third, and then your at-bat comes up. As you step to the plate with the tying run 90 feet away, what was going through your mind? What was your approach?
After what they did, I was just locked in. I was like, that run going to score. That run got to score no matter what. I'm going to find a way to do it. I was just man up, and I did it.
And then you're at third on Chris Jones's at-bat. You're doing what you're coached to do right there. You see the ball on the ground, and you take off for home. You're tagged out, and the Grizzlies, we got to think, well, we got to go play extras now, right?
Yeah, in that play, I mean, I took off because it was a chopper. I thought I couldn't make it. I don't know, like, he made a good throw, so I was out. But still, like, we need a hit in that situation no matter what. Even if I would have stayed in third, we need a hit. So we CJ running, and, like, that was good. Like, he's a fast runner. He was going to score no matter what. We had base hit.
And then dramatic start in the bottom of the 9th. Marcus McCorkle puts the ball in play. Crazy throw over to first, and Chris Jones slides in safely, hustles all the way from second base. We're going to show this replay again here. Where were you at in the dugout, and did you think he was safe or out on first contact?
I think he was safe. Mark, you did great. He put the ball in play, and that's exactly what we needed there. Especially with CJ running, that's really fast. So I think he was for sure safe.
And there's a slow-mo look of it right there, and the replay shows Jones under the tag. He slides in safely. The glory goes to the Grizzlies by a final score of 13-12. Chaos ensues. Who'd you go see first? Did you go tackle Chris, or did you go see Marcus?
I went to Chris first. He was close, and that was a great slide. He went under, so his feet go there before the tag. So that was awesome for him and them to Marcus because he put the ball in play, and that's what we needed. So.
And the Grizzlies come away with a sweep of Talladega here. Gene, great base hit, great at bat for you in the ninth. The glory goes to the Grizzlies again by a final score of 13-12. And with that, come some shout outs, my man. I don't know if you can
First
stop
of
this
all,
parade from ending.
I want to thank God first because we wouldn't be able to do all this without Him.
Well said.
And I want to shout out first my family that I know they're watching. I want to shout out Team Manopla because I know they know who they are and they're gonna see and they're gonna watch this. And I want to shout out my Dominican boys first for sure. I want to shout out Austin Alexander for sure.
Big at bat for him in the ninth there.
Brandon Fraser. I want to shout out Corsi.
Yeah, of course, with a shout out there. Gene, again, congratulations. The Grizzlies will be back in action. 3-game series this weekend versus Shawnee State. We'll get started Friday night under the lights at 5 o'clock. GGC versus Shawnee State. So that'll do it here. Grizzlies sweep the doubleheader from the Tornadoes by a final score of 12-0 and walk-off fashion 13-12.